How are similarities passed from parent to offspring? Well reasoned. Through genes is the correct choice. A gene determines a dash, such as eye or hair color. You chose trait, and it is correct. Identify the festival shown in the picture. Excellent choice. Holi is the right answer. Fill in the blanks. The air we breathe out contains dash, which turns into drops of water when comes in contact with a cold surface. Well picked. Water vapor is the correct answer. Which state in India celebrates on? Clear logic. Your choice, Kerala, is sound and 100% true. Fill in the blanks. The woodcutter kept blowing into his hands while cutting the wood because to dash them. Correct. Warm is the right answer. Fill in the blanks. A popcorn seller fans the burning coal to increase the dash supply. Great thinking. Oxygen or air is the right choice. Fill in the blanks. Our breath is dash, then hot tea, and hence we blow air to cool tea. Great job. Colder is the accurate answer. Fill in the blank. We dash our hands in winter by blowing on them when they are cold. Right again. Warm is a valid answer. What was the program which was run by the government for the eradication of polio? Exactly. Pulse polio programs make sense and it is right choice. Inheritance is passing on characteristics or traits from parents to next generation. You got it. Your choice, yes, is right. Traits that are passed on from parents to children through genes is known as dash. Valid point. Inherited traits is true. Whenever the air flows dash, the paper snake will move in a clockwise direction. Nicely done. Downwards is a solid answer. The study of heredity and the variation of inherited characteristics is called sharp thinking. Genetics is the right choice. True or false? The passing of traits from one parent to offspring is heredity. Good job. Your answer, true, works well here. What did Gregor Mendel use to discover the principles that rule heredity? Smart move. Pea plant is an accurate answer. Fill in the blanks. We use a dash to listen to the sound of a heartbeat. Solid response. Stethoscope is a valid choice. Some habits we get from our family, while some skills we pick up from. Nice selection. Environment is the correct and valid answer. Who did the experiment on the heredity of characters using pea plant? Smart pick. C. Gregor Mendel is the correct choice. In which family was Gregor Mendel born? Nice work. You chose poor family, and it is correct. Which of the following do not leads to any change in the character? Perfect. None of these is the correct choice. At times our abilities change because of some illness or old age. On track. True is the correct answer. What was the name of the program which was run by the government? Strong choice. Pulse polio program is the right answer. Which characteristic would most likely be inherited by a baby? Bravo! Brown hair is the answer. The two persons who are born together and look alike are called?
Correct response. Identical twins is the most accurate answer.
Which body part is affected when a person suffers from polio? Right choice. Legs is the best answer.
Which of the following is not passed to the next generations?
Excellent. Physical injuries is a brilliant choice. Which one does not resemble the person who brings him up? You're right. Adopted child is the correct answer. There are twins who do not look exactly the same are dash. Well done. Non-identical is the right choice. Twin sisters always resembles each other in every field. Good thinking. B false is the right answer. Fill in the blanks. Dash air is heavy and comes down. Perfect. Cold is the correct choice. Who did experiment with peas in the monastery garden? N. Nice work. You chose Mendel and it is correct. Polio can be transmitted from parents to the children. Smart move. False is an accurate answer. The color of our eyes is inherited from our parents. Correct. A. True is the right answer. Fill in the blanks. Dash I air is light and rises up. Clear logic. Your choice hot is sound and 100% true. Passing of trait from parents to children is called. You got it. Your choice heredity is right. Mendel did not have money to study at university. Smart pick. True is the correct choice. Who experimented with traits from pea plants? Sharp thinking. Gregor Mendel is the right choice. Garba is a dance form of which state in India? Well done. Gujarat is the right choice. We get some traits and habits from our family. Exactly. True makes sense and it is right choice. At which age do the children get polio drops? On track. Till 5 years is the correct answer. The cold air is dense, heavy, and comes down. You're right. True is the correct answer, which is not an inherited trait of humans. Good job. Your answer favorite type of music works well here. Is polio spread generation to generation? Strong choice. B no is the right answer. Who collected information about pea plant?
Well reasoned. Gregor Mendel is the correct choice.
In which family was Gregor Mendel born? Right choice. Poor family is the best answer.
Gregor Mendel was born in which country?
Excellent. Austria is a brilliant choice. Who discovered the law of inheritance?
Well picked. Gregor Mendel is the correct answer.
Breathing rate dash after we exercise. Excellent choice. Increase is the right answer. G. Mendel did experiment on dash plant.
Solid response. Pea plant is a valid choice. Where does polio affects in our body?
Nice selection. Lower limbs is the correct and valid answer. Who knows songs in many languages? Bravo, Saroja is the answer. Which characteristic is inherited?
Correct response. Hair color is the most accurate answer. Saroja and Sivasani are dash twins.
Good thinking. Identical is the right answer.
Suvasini stays with her father in.
Nicely done. Chennai is a solid answer.
What are the two types of twins?
Right again. Both A and B is a valid answer.
Is COVID-19 an inherited trait?
Valid point. No is true.
Who is the father of genetics?
Great thinking. Gregor Mendel is the right choice.
Who is father of genetics?
Great job. Gregor Mendel is the accurate answer.
Dash twins look exactly alike. You chose none of these.
And it is correct.
What is the unit of heredity?
Good job. Your answer gene works well here.
Due to dash, leprosy is caused.
Well done. Bacteria is the right choice. When was Gregor Mendel born?
Nice work. You chose 20 July 1822 and it is correct.
We breathe in dash rich air.
On track. Oxygen is the correct answer. Is polio inherited trait?
Nice selection. No is the correct and valid answer.
Leprosy is also known as.
Well picked. Hansen's disease is the correct answer.
Was Mendel fond of exams?
Smart move. No is an accurate answer.
Polio is caused by dash. Bravo, virus is the answer.
Suvasini's father was a.
Correct response. Correct coach is the most accurate answer.
What causes polio? Great thinking. Virus is the right choice. Leprosy comes from. You chose bacteria, and it is correct. Polio comes from.
Nicely done. Virus is a solid answer. Who is Chachi?
You're right. Father's brother's wife is the correct answer.
Who is Nani?
Good thinking. Mother's mother is the right answer. Who is mommy?
Right again. Mother's brother's wife is a valid answer. Twins would.
Excellent choice. Look similar is the right answer.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format.
Perfect. Contact Narayan Changda on Facebook is the correct choice.